Hello, welcome. So today I want to talk about following. Well, I don't really know what I want to talk about. We'll see where it goes. But I want to quit my job and follow my intuition. Now, I have maybe there are other girls or guys people who can relate to this, where no matter what job I am in, I struggle to be in a system that is so corporate and very patriarchal and very, you're going to turn up at this time and you're going to finish at this time and this is what you're going to do in that time. And as someone who is cyclical and someone who likes to be in a flow state and someone who I can get inspiration, and from dawn till dusk I am working on that spark of inspiration that I have attained. And currently I am building a business, and I say business, but it's more of I guess it is a business, a way to work for myself. And as I build this and as this idea grows and I'm putting things in place, the more I want to pour all my heart and my soul and my energy into this idea, which is blending fitness, as I'm a personal trainer, but also I'm training to be a therapist, and blending these two things together to offer something new to people, which isn't just semantic work, it isn't just fitness, it's not just therapy, but a blend of the mind, body, and soul in a very tangible, accessible way. And I have this vision and I know what it's going to look like and I know what I need to do, and it's going to take a lot of effort and energy. And I realize that it requires all of me. It requires all of my attention and my vibration at that level to manifest this thing that I'm like, this is what I want. This is what I want to do and work hard for. But the system makes you feel that, because I don't want to be in the system, because I don't want to work for somebody else for 8 hours a day, and I want to work for myself, whether that's 4 hours a day or 12 hours a day. If it's for me, it's different. And so I struggle with, I need to listen to my intuition. I need to listen to my heart and my calling. And if you take away the structures of society and having to be here at this time, I'm waking up and I'm right, I want to get on this ship and I want to sail to where I'm going. And then every time I'm pulled off, it takes so much more effort to bring it back. And I also don't want to be neglectful to the resources that I need to gain. And I think that this is the struggle that I deal with, and maybe a lot of people out there deal with, is the responsibility of the self is very important. To be able to have access to resources, which is access to money, so that you can survive. And then at the same time, it's I'm also not enjoying my survival in this position, in this job, or working in a way that's really becoming outdated and not in tune with the soul and not in tune with the intuition. And yet when you go to follow your intuition, you can look very crazy or blasé, or you don't know what you're doing, or you're being lazy. And I want to rewrite that script. Because to me, it is lazy to not listen to what is calling for you. and to stay with what is easy. Okay, this is giving me like basic finances, but I want more. I want to be able to be putting energy into something that's giving me something back, and then you can grow and grow and grow. And it is difficult to abandon a plant that is wilting and it's like kind of giving you some fruits, to go, I'm abandoning that plant and I'm putting all of my hope into this seed that I've planted. And I don't know if it's going to grow any fruit. I don't know what I'm going to do after that, which is scary. And it's about trusting yourself to be resourceful. So if I leave my job, that means I don't have that set salary. But I feel like opening up the pathway to new ways of getting money, not just relying on one avenue. And I feel that this is scary. This is scary to even say. And I'm just putting this out here because I want people to be able to relate to, I want to know if there are people who relate to this struggle. And I think as well, if you struggle with trauma in life, there is another thing that I've noticed that I have, which is like, well, if I want to leave a place, if I don't want to be in a place, if I feel unsafe, or if I'm like, I need to go, if you're at work, if you are like stuck, if you don't have the freedom to move around, it doesn't feel like your choice, then that also is a difficult wound to navigate. I don't like being told I need to be here at this time in order to have access to things for my survival. I want to be like getting my own survival on my terms. And so I want to start this business, and I want to it needs all my love and attention. Yeah, I want to put all of myself into it. Yet that means a risk of, where is all of my finances going to come from? And I have a plan. It's not like I'm going to be with zero cash dollar. But it does mean still taking a risk and self-trust that I will always figure out a way, and you will always figure out a way to survive and to create abundance and to create a life that you want. So I know that this video isn't really it's a little bit all over the place. Video, podcast, I don't know, I'm just talking, I'm just externalizing, because I feel that there's a lot of videos out there that are helpful but aren't always so raw, and they're very like clean cut, and I get why people want that. But what about the mess? What about the messiness that we're in before we present the fully manifested abundant version of ourselves? What if we're like in the process of that? What does that look like? How do we get there? And so I want to share this journey with you so you can do it as well. You don't have to be tied to the system. And I'm also telling myself that. So I want to quit my job and follow my intuition. And if it's in my heart and soul, that's what I feel. And all the voices outside of me that are then inside of my head, they're like judging me. But who knows? So thank you for watching, and watch this space.